But here we are. We're getting ready for the market to open. AstraZeneca got some great news, so we're going to take a look at that today. We've got Boeing with a massive, massive deal coming out of the federal government, so that's there. Um, yeah, so there's lots going on, guys. Just going to open up the notebook here, and let's see what we got. Uh, Open up the tip ranks. Good morning. Open up tip ranks. Let's see how we're doing here. Doesn't like that. So, Okay, so we got the tip ranks. It doesn't like the moves that I made yesterday. Now, with that being said, I did gain a star, so that improved, even though it doesn't like this. So, yeah, I do see CBAT early, guys. This is one of those retail runners, so be very careful with it. I'm not huge on it, but it is a pre-market runner, so um, yeah, I mean. You guys got to be super careful with these. Yes, do they run? Absolutely. The news with AZN, we're going to get into that. I'm going to break down AstraZeneca for you guys here. We're going to touch on Boeing. We'll take a look at CBAT. SPAC keeps coming up, so I'm going to touch on SPAC a little bit. We're going to watch the market as a whole, see where it's moving. My hope is that BlackBerry starts moving, so we'll keep an eye on those Friday YOLOs. I don't think it goes to the 550 to be honest, but there is a lot of options interest at that $5 mark and also at the 550 mark. So we'll see if it has a good day or not. But what we're going to do here is we got 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is load up the marbles. We'll do this first before we get going. A little bit of fun before the market opens. I like how Stocky does this. So if you like it, what is it? What is it? Mimicry. It's the most sincere form of flattery. Is that something like that? You know, those age-old tales of wisdom. Okay. Where did my cursor go? Hello. Marbles looks like it's having a brain fart today. Is that or my computer's having a brain fart? Um, no, it's Marbles. It's Marbles that's having it, of course. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go. The dojo is kind of cool. I didn't like that Marble Centauri thing. The House of Pain. Let's start with that. Let's start with the House of Pain. All right, guys, type play to get in there. I'm going to run and grab a coffee. When I come back, we'll run it, and then the market will be ready to roll. Bloody wife. You guys heard that, right? This is marriage. Man goes to get a coffee and says wife is just sitting around doing nothing outside the room playing on her phone. The benefits of having a hardworking husband, right? No, I'm kidding. She busts ass. She homeschools 8 kids. Who am I kidding? She's got the harder job. Um, all right, let's run this thing. It was exceptional. You know it. Oh, this is a small one. Okay, so guys, whoever wins this gets to pick to ban somebody heading into the market. Not ban, timeout. Or you can pick the first stock that we look at for the day. Yuya had quite the run yesterday morning. I don't know what he's looking at now, but Yuya has a rough time yesterday. I think he got blown out at the end there. So let's see what we got here. Double lane. Everybody wants to go right. Nixter decides now I'm going left. I'm going left. Round and round we go. Where we stop? Don't nobody know. Yuya, poor Yuya. Look at him back there. Poor guy. Not this morning. Not like this. Blader though. Blader wants it. Oh, these can be tricky. These ones. Some people just seem to like fly through them, and other people. Oh, is he gonna make it? No. Oh. Oh, he's gonna get the speed boost. Oh, Yuya's finally back in the race here. We got Lolgor Hunter. Lolgor Hunter. I think I'm saying it right. Lonely Cat and Lolgor Hunter. It's a race through these darn things. Oh, Lonely Cat gets the boost. Another boost. Lonely Cat. He's untouchable. Nobody can come anywhere near him. Is he going to get stuck on the end? No, he's in. Lonely Cat for the win. Congratulations, Lonely Cat. Okay, so what's it going to be, man? You want to time somebody out? You want him to have the first stock that we look at on the day. It's your call. Perfect. All right. Let's get the dashboard up. Yep. Yep. We can definitely do that. So I know on the morning call, guys, Stocky was a big fan of this move for AstraZeneca. He saw it as a really positive thing. I'm a little bit more bearish on the news, so we'll break that down as to why that is. But let's get the market open. There's the bell. We are open. Let's see how things go here. It's gonna be an interesting day today, guys. What are you guys thinking? Green, red? What are we gonna see today? Red. Uh-oh. Hopefully green. Hopefully green. Red, red, red. Hopefully green. All right, so Space Guy's still waiting on Space to come up. BlackBerry still in from yesterday. Hopefully it recovers here. This doesn't make any sense to me that you beat on earnings by $30 million and you go down like this. So for me, I've increased my position on the dip. The cam is fixed. Okay, great. I didn't do anything, but hopefully, well, at least I'm glad to hear that it's clear for you. Yeah, so I mean, BlackBerry guys, they have the event on October 7th. I'm going to hold on to it through that. Waiter, I've got a small position in that, waiting for that to go. Remember, guys, we do have the Supreme Court Justice nomination coming in tomorrow. We've got talks of stimulus. I'll have to look at the bill when they actually floored the bill. The House is talking about lowering it from that $3 trillion bill down to a $2.5 trillion bill. So we're getting closer. I think it's going to be about $2 billion. I think the biggest reason why the Democrats want to push a bill through is they've got to get that funding there for the USPS. If they want to do mail-in ballots without any risk, or the ability to process, USPS has to get that money. If they don't get the money, it's gonna go bad. It's gonna look bad on the Democrats because they push so hard for it. The votes won't be counted. The last time we had mail-in voting of any sizable number, so last election, what we were looking at was the ballots themselves were valid, but they estimate 1 in 5 ballots that were mailed in weren't counted because it took so long for them to be processed. This does not bode well for the Democrats heading into the election because the party line from the Republicans is go vote. If you have to be an absentee, so be it, but go vote. Go to the polls. Go to the polls and vote. So those physical votes are a lot easier to be counted than these mail-in ballots, whereas the Democrats are pushing hard of mail in, mail in, mail in. Now, the reality is, well, what we could see happen and playing out here, and what I'm foreseeing might happen, in my opinion, is we are going to see all of these mail-in ballots come in. They won't be able to be counted. They're going to get lost. They're going to be whatever. But within election night, we're not going to really have a clear picture of what's going on because most of the ballots for the Dems are going to come in through mail-in, and so we're not going to have a clear picture of what it is one way or the other. And on election night, I think you're going to see a slant to the Republican side as a result of the amount of mail-in ballots for the Democrats. Now, that being said, there will be a push on election night. No, this isn't the final count. This doesn't include all the mail-in ballots that we still have to be counted. So be aware of that, guys. Your mail-in ballot, we're still counting ballots. That'll be fine. But the question is, how long can that go? And it's not that long, really. So I think as time goes on, especially with a right-leaning Supreme Court, 6-3 split to the right side, we may see something similar to when Bush and Al Gore went at it, and eventually the Supreme Court just had to step in and say there needs to be a president of the United States. Here's what it's going to be. It's going to be whoever had the vote on the night, and that's going to be Trump. So I think really the pressure is on the Democrats. If they want this mail-in voting to work, they've got to bend to the point of breaking in order to get a stimulus bill through to get USPS that money, guys. So that's my opinion on that. Just so you guys have a bit of that thought. Don't worry, man. You're not alone. I'm also red on BlackBerry. It looks like it's up a little bit pre-market. It's up $100 for me pre-market. Space is coming up a little bit too, so that's good to see. Side-eye, still waiting on that. ACRX is down again. This is kind of nutty for me that ACRX is down. It should be taken off. But ETM, they're up a little bit today. So far out the gate, things aren't looking terrible for me. Nothing really in Canadian margin anymore, which is kind of nice, to be honest. But yeah, so BlackBerry is on its way back up. Again, my thoughts on that were probably into October 7th, which is 2 weeks out, waiting on the hype to come on that event that they're having. So we'll see what their PR is like. They're not renowned for having the best PR in the world. SPY is greenish at the gate, so we'll see how that goes. Lodix, good morning. Welcome, everybody. If you guys aren't already doing that follow, subscribe thing, I appreciate all you guys that have been doing it. ACRX drop is looking amazing. Yeah, to DCA. I'm okay with it. Everything about this says that this is going to be a huge Q4. So this is a great buy the dip opportunity if you have more funds to put in. I've got 11 grand in there. I don't think I'm going to be throwing any more money in there. $11,000 is a pretty sizable holding, so I think I'm going to hold back on that. But yeah, we'll see how she goes. Okay, so first up, guys, the market's doing what it's doing here. I think we're okay at that. AstraZeneca at the gate here. Let's go to 2 days instead of 2 years, so we have a clear view of what's going on. Maybe go 1 day because it doesn't seem to be. That's kind of just sideways here. Is AstraZeneca halted? I see 0-0 on AstraZeneca here. What's going on? You have a NASDAQ call? Mm-hmm. Morning, Junisha Rain. Trade halts. I don't see AstraZeneca halted. Why is AstraZeneca not populating? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Morning. Do you guys have AstraZeneca with a price on your dashboards by chance? Because mine's not showing anything. It's showing a $0. Yeah, AZN. Okay, AZN. Yeah. 54.41 is what people are saying. I wonder why that's not loading. TD's just cucking me on AZN. What the heck? Weird. Weird. It's up a little bit. Okay. Anyway, guys, the news on AstraZeneca. Okay, so news dropped that, oh, good news. AstraZeneca is not going to be required. Hey, man, I love that there are people over on LinkedIn watching as well. I would love to get more people kind of from each of those channels popping in. So we've got a decent amount of folks that show up over on YouTube. Twitch is here. But yeah, I'd love to see more folks from LinkedIn. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that. So yeah, with AstraZeneca, guys, what happened was the EU has ruled that they are going to give them a bit of a liability waiver. So in the event there's lawsuits on it, uh, in the event that there's lawsuits on it, guys, you will have you will have lawsuits somewhere in this because people are seeing that these vaccines have been rushed. People are worried about that. People are fretting about it. Well, in this case, what we're seeing is that the government is saying we will cover up to a certain threshold any legal implications and liability clauses against you for dropping the vaccine. Now, a lot of people are going, wow, that's fantastic. They got that and nobody else did. Sanofi's not getting it. GlaxoSmithKline's not getting it. Moderna's not getting it. Nobody's getting this liability thing. This is a huge deal for AstraZeneca. It's amazing. What people don't read, and of course it's because it's not the headline, you have to actually read the article and read the data. When you come down here, AstraZeneca got this agreement by lowering the price of their vaccine to $2.50. So $3 US. Whereas Sanofi is charging 4 times that. So they're taking a big hit as far as profitability goes, and AstraZeneca is reiterating they are not looking to make a profit during the epidemic. Now, afterwards, in future years, if AstraZeneca is used as the vaccine, they will probably increase the cost of the vaccine then. However, right now, in this initial boost, AstraZeneca is not looking to be profitable. They're looking to just get it out there. So for social appearances, that's fantastic. That's a really good thing. But as far as bottom line goes, as a pharmaceutical company, you have invested millions, if not $1 billion, into trying to rush this thing through globally. Just massive and massive amounts of money being flowed in, not just from you, but from the governments, everybody trying to push this and get this moving along. The cost for the hospitals, the cost for getting these trials set up, the amount of money that has been poured into this is obscene, absolutely obscene. And so all they're saying is, well, we just want to make back our money on it. I think stockholders, as far as like if you're in Europe right now and you're looking at, okay, well, AstraZeneca or Sanofi, which one do I pick? Well, Sanofi's going to make a lot more money off the $10 a piece. And let's be honest, lawsuits against them for this are going to be very, very small, I would say. So, I mean, for me, it's neutral news. It's not really bullish. It's not really bearish. And there's a lot of people that were hyping it up as bullish news. In my mind, it's not super bullish news. That is what it is. So that's my thoughts on AstraZeneca, guys. Hopefully that's a little bit helpful for you in understanding what my thought process is. Now, I'm still bullish on AstraZeneca, but remember, I'm playing AstraZeneca largely not on its COVID, but more so on its other pipeline. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a nutty day for sure. Okay, so that's AstraZeneca. Next up is Boeing. Let's take a look at Boeing here. So Boeing lands a $2.24 billion Air Force contract. Guys, Boeing is kept afloat by the Saudi dollars that have invested in it and the contracts it has with the US government. If you look at Boeing today, it's up 2.42%. It would be hilarious if it actually finishes up 2.24, the exact amount of the contract. It really is just this funny stock that refuses to die because the government wants to keep it afloat. Whether it's NASA, whether it's the Air Force, whatever it may be, it's literally the government keeping it afloat. All right, so that's Boeing, guys. As long as they are here, as long as they are backed by the U.S. government, I cannot foresee them. Clavington, thank you for the subscribe, man. Appreciate that. Much hype. I do appreciate you guys providing me beer money every month. It really is a huge deal. Um, Boeing down. Next up, we're going to take a look at the CBAT thing, guys. So CBAT was the low float retail trade pre-market pump. I buy locally, Clamington. I buy locally from direct from. We've got Bo's Brewery right up the street here. We've got the Brew Brothers. There's enough micro brews around me that I'm willing to head there and give them my beer money. Um, so CBAT, excuse me. Um, so I didn't really look into this ahead of time, guys, simply because I really wanted to just give you a clear understanding of what my thoughts were on it as we looked at it. So, out the gate, it's an energy technology company, subsidiaries, lithium batteries in mainland China. Okay, so the play is lithium batteries in mainland China. This is a China stock. Now, I'm not going to be so quick as to say China hustle because this news right here from the 15th is of significant note to me. Okay, the Hair project. Hair may not be a brand name for you guys, but if I said General Electric, if I said GE, you guys probably know what GE is. Now, Hair is the Chinese company that bought out the right to license GE appliances. So any GE appliances you buy now, let's say you go into the brick or what would it be in the States? You guys don't have the brick, like you don't have Sears anymore. You know what I'm talking about. Where you go like buy a dishwasher or a stove or an oven or whatever. If you see a G product in those stores, it's actually Hayer that's making it. And I think I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying that right. But CBAC is running as a result of they're working in the lithium ion space with EV right now going on. I can definitely take a look at Beam. I'll put it on the list here. If you guys want your tickers thrown out, you see how Hair not only just threw out the ticker, but also a bit of the thought process around what they're looking at. That's hugely helpful for me in helping you guys break this down, okay? So CBAT is running. It's up a little bit pre-market here, and then it was up even more now. It's up 100% so far. Who knows if the retail traders all pile onto this like yesterday. If I pull it up here right now, on the watch list. CBAC. So it's got 65 million volume out the gate. It's sitting at 267, headed down to 262, 259. So there's some profit taking happening here. If I see this uptick to 275, $3, I may get in just because of the massive run that we saw in the past. But I'll let you guys know if we are going to make that happen. or if I'm going to do that. That way we can watch along. That'll be my Friday Lotto if it does go. Lithium ion is part of that EV community, or at least the electric green energy community. So I think there is opportunity here. It's a low float, low cost stock. Um, it could continue to run, but the fact that they're focused on home appliances heading into Christmas, heading into stimulus checks, I think there's opportunity there. So we'll wait and see what this does. If it looks like it's going to start to buy up, I will probably take an entry just to see what it does on the day. Nothing massive, probably a couple $100 just to see if, again, your money on it. I'm going to put the disclaimer in here though, guys. Again, any positions I take, anything that we discuss here, well, not disclaimers, disclaimer. Excuse me. Any position I take, I'm not a financial expert, guys. You should do your own due diligence, make your own decisions, be a sound investor, all on your own. I don't make decisions for you. I don't make decisions very well for even myself. So don't take my advice, guys. Do your own due diligence, make your own decisions. It's on you. The rules are there. Figure it out. Trade responsibly. Okay, so that's CBAC, guys. It's a lithium ion play. It looks like it may be a retailer play on the day. Volume's not declining. I think I am going to take a position in it. US margin. Let's do 300. No, let's do 200 shares. And voila. Okay, so that order is in. We'll see what happens. It may go up, it may go down. Who knows? We'll watch it throughout the day here. I'll put it up on the 6 sheet. So see that. Yeah, we'll watch it. We'll see what it does. Who knows? It may run, it may not. Um, yeah, I can throw EVFM up. I remember that one. That one is the birth control drug. Now, I have my own opinion on birth control drugs and the inherent risk with them. So I will. I'll keep a close eye on that. Um, Let's see here. SPAC was the next one on my list to take a look at, guys. This one keeps coming up. This is a potential EV play. Fisker is an EV company. They're doing a SPAC buyout of SPAC, so SPAC on SPAQ. So it's a special purpose acquisition. When this deal finally does come through, expect there to be some kind of a spike for sure. I'm seeing analysts gauge it somewhere around the $20 mark on it. So for SPAC, guys, it's an EV vehicle play. For those of you that have been asking about it, it is an EV vehicle play on this potential merger. Fisker is well known in the automotive manufacturing industry. He has a solid track record. So yeah, that's kind of where that is. If you're eyeing up SPAC, that's what you're eyeing up. That's what you're playing into. Okay. Let's see here. Up next, we've got BlackBerry. So, guys, BlackBerry, you'll remember it took a sizable position in them. Right back here. Took about $7,000 position in them. I did that on the solid earnings that they had, paired with a pretty stellar outlook headed into Q4, Q1 of next year. So I am pretty excited to see what they can do. They do have an event October 7th, so I will be holding that BlackBerry position at that size until the 7th, or the buy up on into the 7th. I'm going to go to 1 day on this because this is at 6 months. That's no good. Okay, so we saw a bit of a profit take here. Volume is kind of just sideways here. So we'll see if this becomes a runner or not. Massive volume out the gate. And we're looking at 2 million. Its average volume on a day, guys, is 800,000, and we're still seeing these candles. Um, yeah, I mean, this is a lot of volume. This is 70 million volume on this thing. Um, so I mean, we'll see what the retail traders do with this one today. It's going to be a little bit crazy, I think. But with BlackBerry, guys, sizable position. It's up a little bit again today, 45. My average on it is 489, so I'm okay with this. I'm not really up, I'm not really down, so hopefully the hype continues to roll. Um, we'll kind of see what plays out with that. Um, but yeah, BlackBerry guys, not super concerned with it. I know a lot of people get kind of weak in the knees when they see a large position and it's not moving for you every day. I don't play that way. I'm not going to sweat that. Um, One of the big other things that's going to happen next week, guys, is we get a new index. And I don't know how much you guys have heard about this, but there is a new index coming. It is called MEMEX. So, you've got the New York Stock Exchange, you've got ICE, there's all these different ones. MEMEX is a new exchange. It's independently owned by essentially the finance industry. The banks have come together to make this happen. Um, so it's backed by JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, uh, tons of different banks. Now, the way that they're going to try to get tickers onto this index is they are going to pay rebates to them. So essentially, they're going to pay the stocks that are willing to come to list on this, which is definitely a great way to pull people in. Essentially, the reason for creating the index is they feel that the current indexes cost too much to be a part of. And what they're trying to do is reduce the cost of listing on index. Um, and so the listing fees, the transaction fees, they're going to try to lower those, but initially they're going to give rebates on those fees simply for the sake of pulling people into it. Now, there are some, I think they had 7 tickers on there, Google, Exxon, sorry, I should say Alphabet, Exxon, but also on that exchange, BlackBerry is one of the stocks that's going to be on there. So I'm pretty stoked to hear that BlackBerry is going to be on this new exchange. I'm excited to see what that does. This exchange, we'll call it a patch launch, start on the 21st, but it officially launches on the 29th of next week. So it'd be interesting to see that on this new platform. I would be interested to see if these bigger players, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, don't take larger positions in some of the stocks that are on it simply to drive people to it. So that's another potential great reason to be in BlackBerry at the moment, or Exxon, or ACST, or any of those initial 7 tickers that are on MEMEX. So um, when a stock has an offering of $2, but the price of the stock remains above the offering, is that a positive indicator for the stock? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. If people know, if the market knows that a stock is being sold at one price to a whole bunch of people, but they're willing to pay more for it just to be a part of it, then yes, absolutely. Okay, so with this CBAT position, I am going to cut it. I am going to cut it if it goes down $100. It's looking like it's having a little bit of a decline here. The volume is slowing on it, but we will see. Holding. No, let's go to the scanners here. So the big runners, SGBX, CBAT, they're both there. Let's check the volume on SGBX. Its volume is, I mean, it's still quite high. So um, SGBX, SG Blocks, U.S. company Steel Cargo. News on it is COVID. So this is a COVID play. CBAT is an EV play, guys. So that's kind of the difference between these two. We'll keep an eye on them and see what's going on. But CBAT, we're through 10 o'clock now, so let's see what this does, whether it continues to buy up or dips down. In the event that it just wants to keep dipping down, I will be exiting. Okay, so up next we have BEEM 35 BEEM. Yes, sir. Okay, so let's take a look at Beam here. Now Hair says analysts are positive about the stock, but I can't see their new product being any good. EV charging stations that aren't great, in my opinion, even if they are powered by solar energy and transportable. They got some order. They're beating on revenue as a solar company, which is rare. They're looking at an EV motorcycle, an autonomous EV motorcycle, EV ARC products, transformers, stowables. It looks like they're big into this industry. Let's check out tip ranks on it and see what it is doing. So tip ranks BEEM. I mean, that's pretty sizable to the upside. Doesn't have a ton of analysts on it. I'd be wary about it because it's pretty flooded. That industry, that solar EV power industry, it's pretty flooded. So yeah, they do have some contracts coming in. They are profitable, so I mean, it does have some gain. I would say I would lean closer to that $17 mark than the $30 mark, but yeah, we'll see. I bet you AHC Wainwright definitely has a position in it, and so that's why they're being so bullish on it. Um, Really, though, I think that's probably it when it comes to it. EVFM guys, we're going to take a look here. This is a biostock that came up with a new contraceptive. So the reason why I am usually bearish on contraceptive stocks is that contraceptives have a high risk factor as far as lawsuits and liability. When you start playing with contraceptives, you start dealing with a lot of very sensitive medical issues. And the reality is, if something goes wrong, you think back to Project Orange, thalidomide, these drugs, if they have negative implications to long-term reproductive health or deformities in births, anything of that nature, the company takes a big hit real fast. So it's at $2. People are saying it's worth 11, they're worth 9, it's worth 3, it's worth 7. They're all over the board on this thing. The gap on this from low to high is fairly significant. For me, guys, it's just I won't play it because the risks are too high for me. As a bio stock, contraceptives have just so many ways that it could go south so quickly. And so for me, I prefer to just step back and kind of hold off on it. If we pull up EVFM here, you'll see the decline from its initial launch of it. CEO sells off shares on September 11th, so there's no confidence in the product. I just don't see this evil femme thing being this massive let's go to town kind of thing, you know. So CBAT is down 70 right now. I said if it goes down 100, I will exit the position, but we'll see whether it decides to continue declining or now that we're through the first 15 minutes here, it picks back up. Um, the other one that we were looking at was SGBX. It also has started to decline. SGBX. yeah, so we'll see which of these starts to buy up. One of them is probably going to go a little bit today. It's Friday. People want to make some money. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, thoughts on SER as a play on Canada legalizing sports betting? The Score brand is huge here. They have a sizable market share. I'm familiar with the Score. Sports betting in Canada, again, guys, you have to remember it's such a small market. So the country as a whole is 30 million, right? So it's less than the population of California. Even if you are betting, you're betting in Canadian currency versus a US currency, so it's not as much dollar value. On top of that, you won't have people that are really open to sports gambling. If you look at uh, if you look at gambling as a whole in Canada, it's just not as profitable as the U.S. market. Even if they legalize sports betting, I don't expect to see a flood of people coming in that aren't already doing sports betting through a different mechanism, right? So a lot of the U.S. sports betting you can do as a Canadian. I guess locally this might affect you if you go to a casino or if you have a local place that you like to go. But again, I don't see it as just being a massive thing. Um, yeah. WPRT guys. So WPRT got bad news. I didn't really see it as bad news, but bad news. Um, The bad news that they got was that they had ecological approval, but not technical approval, so they can't go into sales on it. WPRT has since declined. If we look at the last 3 months, this was the spike on the positive news. It's come back down to 207. I said if it got back down to $2, I would look at taking a position. That still remains true. I probably will take a position in it, but that's kind of what we're watching for on that. Is if it comes and touches that $2 line. I don't think there's a huge rush on it. It looks like CBAT is buying back up slightly. Um, so still keeping our eyes on that. I think that people are looking for a runner. They're looking for positive sentiment, and right now there are two that are looking like they are runners. So CBAT and SGBX. CBAT is now actually moving past SGBX on the gain on the day, so CBAT may be the winner at 82 million volume on a stock that typically does 800,000. So these low float stocks, guys, that just seem like they want to run. CBAT looks like the one that is going to run today. Who knows how hard or how far it runs, though? It is a lithium ion play, but it is a lithium ion play into home appliances and smart home. So not EV, it's not vehicles. And that may not give it the same runs it used to, but the market seems to really want to just find something and run with it. Yesterday was SPI. If we look at SPI over the last couple days here, head back to the big sheet. SPI. Here's yesterday, or 2 days ago, I should say. Ran all the way to $40. The close on the day was 14. So the high was 46, the close was 14. Following day, guys, the open was 27, the close was 13. Today we open at 9. So you'll see that it has this massive run and then a pullback. These retail run low float stocks have that opportunity. Here's today. You'll see that we're already doing this massive jump thing. So let's go to 5 days. It is kind of declining back down here, but So be it. That's fine. Could I look at DPW? Absolutely. Uh, Wicca. Oh, Wicca. Oh, 45. Okay, I was promised fresh coffee's brewing, so I'm gonna go get me some coffee after I look at DPW here, guys. Okay. Um, If you guys have tickers you want me to look at, please throw them in the chat. But just like your Wicca did, if you want me to take a look at them, throw them in chat, along with kind of what your thought process is on it. And that helps me break down the stock faster, despite what people think. Just because you're a guy on the internet talking about stocks, you don't actually know all the stocks. There's kind of a lot of them out there. So there are a lot of stocks out there that I haven't heard of. DPW would be among those. But it's an EV play. So what we're looking at here is EV chargers. They had a lender convert notes to stock showing that the lender thinks it could be something. Main issues, they were a 4,000 stock at the end of 2017, and they had a bunch of share offerings. So share offerings is not uncommon in bio or tech, guys. If you need to raise funds, you're not seeing a way to do that. Oftentimes the offering is your opportunity and your solution to do so. So there is, let's go to the minute instead of 5 minutes. Okay, so DPW. Okay, so they're down to $2. Let's open up a 2-year chart. Yikes. Holy crap. That's painful. This is like a BlackBerry chart. 340 to $2. Uh okay. I mean I trade BlackBerry, so what the hell am I talking about, right? Right? Right. All right. It was August on the conversion. Q2 results up 8% year over year. That's not bad. They're profitable. $2 million purchase order, EV product. I mean, this looks like a Q4 play for sure. And you bet a what is up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Again, guys, it. I'm just wary about it. I'm just wary, is all. Um, the EV hype is real for sure. I'm not contesting that, but it's just kind of nutty for me. Okay, so I'm gonna leave CBAT up here, and then I'm gonna go grab a coffee. Um, Actually, we're about 50 minutes in. I can leave you guys with the fine folks um, over at Restream here. I got to switch out these headphones because apparently the audio is brutal. What is up, Saki? Those bone induction headphones. Apparently, when I try to switch the audio here, that's what's killing your guys' ears. Somebody suggested to me the other day that might be what's doing it, and they were absolutely freaking correct. That's exactly what it is. So, let's go here. here, here, and let's do this one. Do you think the Nasdaq will close positive or negative today? I feel like typically the past few Fridays, Thursdays have closed negative. That has been the sentiment, but again, the market is also kind of desperate for something nice to happen. So we'll see. We'll see. If there's news about the vaccine, Supreme Court, or stimulus today, I think that there is an opportunity for it to go green, but we will see. It looks like this is leveling out at about 400, 500,000 volume. So we'll see if CBOT runs. If not, no big deal. It was a Friday lotto, no big deal. Not the actual Friday lottos that real people trade, just this equity, it might run low float retail kind of play. So I was okay taking a shot at it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to leave you with Restream while I go grab a coffee. Enjoy. I will be right back. What is the Vivint program? I don't know what that is. The Vivint program popped up. Vivint program. Vivint. This thing popped up? That's not right. And you bet I'm not really understanding what's going on. I'm not seeing anything pop up with Vivint. Unless it's this. Medical solutions with T-Mobile? I think I would be more inclined to think that this is a browser issue with I don't see anything to indicate that T-Mobile is interested in something called Vivint. So I don't know, and you better. I'm not seeing anything to indicate that there's something there, so not sure. Let's check out the headlines here. Again, guys, huge shout out to Restream for sponsoring the stream. I'm a huge fan of what they do. Uh, it allows me to keep track of all you guys talking on all the different platforms. Huge fan of it. If you're a streamer, I recommend you check them out. They've done some amazing things. They continue to innovate. If you guys have any suggestions as to different things you'd like Restream to do, shoot them to me, and I'm more than happy to pass those on to the team. Check that out, though. I do appreciate their sponsorship on the channel. Again, guys, I was a huge fan of Restream before they started sponsoring the channel. I'm just that much more of a fan now that they are sponsoring the channel. So there is that. Let's take a look at the headlines here. See what's going on in the market. Headlines. Okay, latest news. AMC is precarious as the film delays continue. That's to expected. Seaback Energy leads. Is it still sideways? Yeah, it's still kind of sideways. Holdings. We are almost at out for me. If it declines any further, I will probably take an exit on it, and that'll be it for that for the day. I am going to get out, I think, here. So okay, out of that nonsense. We are out of CBAC. I did not continue to run on the day, checking the scanner to see what else has. SGVX is back down to the $60 range. It doesn't look like there's any massive runner. I'm looking at the unusual volume here. So this is unusual volume on the day, average versus typical. Sort by price here. Kind of this range would be what I'm looking at on that. Blader, I love that. Okay, so this is great insight around the stock, guys. SABR. Let's put it up on the big sheet. SABR. Okay. Head into morning snowings, no YOLOs. The YOLO was CBAC, and I got out on a loss, so no bueno. SABR. Okay, Sabre Corporation. Provides technology solutions to the travel and tourism industry, operates at 3 segments: travel network, airline solutions, hospitality. Travel network segment operates business-to-business travel marketplace that offers content such as inventory, prices, availability from a range of travel suppliers, including airlines, hotels, yada, yada, yada. Airline, Sabre Airvision marketing and planning, a set of airline commercial planning solutions. Yeah, it looks to me like this is more heavily weighted to airlines, and it should, with the recovery of the airlines, do well. Yeah, I'm gonna. Remember, guys, with ACB, not until Biden wins an election. Okay. Um, but yeah, I like what I'm seeing here. What was their last earnings? Were they profitable? No, they missed on revenue. How much? They got pounded. Absolutely pounded. Down 91% year over year. I guess up is the only way it can go, right? I mean, yikes. Um, Morning Master Cobra Fire. Yeah. If you're bullish on the airline sector, then Sabre might be something for you to look at, but I'm not huge on that. That's really scary. That they're so deeply tied to that industry. I guess people tie themselves so deeply to that industry thinking this will never go south, right? Everybody will always need airlines. Airline bailout money ending October 1st. I think there's going to be a serious, I think there's going to be a very serious conversation from the Democrats where they have made concessions that they are willing to give bailouts to airlines and restaurants in exchange for small business line of credits. And I imagine the USPS is going to be in there. Now, I don't know that the Republicans take that because um, they do not want the mail-in ballots being a thing, right? And the more that you support that, the more you are going to uh, see that push for mail-in ballots. So CBAC going back up, I don't know, is it? Let's take a look. CBAC doesn't like that symbol. Okay. CBAT. $2 on the minute here. We're not seeing an increasing volume. We're seeing diminishing volume. So unless I see that volume spike, I don't think so. I don't think so, Big Mac. If I see a volume spike for two candles in a row here, then I'll consider it. But yeah, we'll see. Just looking at the scanners here. Oh man, Genus. There's Genus again. What's Genus doing? If you guys don't remember, Genus is the one that kept whispering Disney. Um, ACRX is a long-term hold, isn't it? I see what you mean. Like you're talking, is there a stock that I would hold for 5 to 10 years, right? For me, guys, BMY, Merck would be two that I look at to hold for a long time. Amgen, Biogen, those would be long-term holds. But right now with a growth portfolio, that's not really what I'm looking for. Pfizer isn't one that I would actually like. They've pulled out of their opioid sector. They've poured too much money into COVID. I'm not a huge fan on Pfizer for a long-term hold. So these scanners, guys, these are ones that I had set up for the short strat that we were doing, but you can also use them on the inverse. You can use them to find the ones that are moving on a large percent gain. Also have unusual volume on the other side here. So what I'm looking at here is the change on the stocks for the day. Um, this is interesting. AIHS. Blader, I am looking to exit closer to this event. What is this stock? AIHS. Give me 6 months on it. What has this done? Fell from $1.80. It's up to $1 today. This may be the one. So I'm gonna try to buy. Let's just do 100 on this. Novartis is a solid company. They're a little bit too much tied to COVID for my liking, but I think there is something there. I just like Merck and BMY better, as HIV and oncology tend to be the better kind of staples for that industry. Um, CYRN. Lol Gore Hunter. What about CYRN do you find interesting? Information security solutions, SaaS security platform. It's a cybersecurity company. It's similar to what BlackBerry is doing right now. I think I would probably pick BlackBerry over it just because BlackBerry has a history of cybersecurity with the federal and government levels, which is where a lot of the money comes from. So if I had to pick, it is essentially a pick for me between BlackBerry and this, and I would probably, well, not probably, I would pick BlackBerry because that's where my money is. I wouldn't pull out a BlackBerry for this. Is kind of my thought on it. AIHS. What is this company? Send meow. Do the hustle. Do. It's the China hustle. It's an facilitation of automobile transaction financing, connecting ride-hailing drivers to financial institutions to buy or get financing on credit cards be used in ride-hailing. Chinese automotive right now is doing quite well. Let's see what this does. It's had a little bit of a run here, so I don't know that it keeps this up, but let's go back to the scanners. What's interesting here is I don't see AIHS here, but I do see it here, but it's very much a top percent gainer on the day, at 47%, 48%. For some reason, this scanner's not picking it up. I don't see it anywhere here, but it's definitely a top gainer. 30 million in volume on a typical 2.5. It's about to pass. It's past CBAT now on the day. It's up 51% now. It's past SGBX. The Blue Origin launch was scrubbed and postponed. What Blue Origin launch? You're talking the space launch? Please don't tell me you're talking the space launch. All you guys see is the webpage because I am a tool and I didn't put this on. Okay, there we go. Sorry. The scanners that we're looking at. I was looking at this guy's a AIHS just seems to be bouncing around between these. It was just up 2 seconds ago to over 52% gains. So this thing is kind of all over the place here. Look at that red candle in the last minute on this. Sizable amount of volume on it. Okay, let's do that. You can try again in a little bit there, Cookie Lad. It's good to see you, but that type of language ain't gonna fly. If you wouldn't say it in front of my wife and kids, you're not gonna say it in the chat. You know what I mean? I want to get that off of the Restream board as well. But I can't. I mean, there's still decent volume here at 1 million shares per minute. So we'll see what's happening. Yeah, there you go. Thank you guys. Yeah, just clear it out of there. Perfect. Thank you. Um, I don't think I'm being unreasonable. I'm a guy that likes to have a lot of fun, guys, but that kind of conversation is not going to work. Um, yeah, so I tried to look up. And you bet I did take a look at that, and I couldn't see anything about Vivint. I don't know what that is. Um, Yeah, I can't find anything here that speaks to Vivint in any way as a company, as a stock, as a anything. As far as T-Mobile goes, do we have any announcements? Let's see. T-Mobile. Don't see anything from T-Mobile either. They trade as VSLR. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, so let's go VSLR. Vivint Solar. Okay. Solar energy primarily to residential customers. It owns and installs solar energy systems through long-term customer contracts. The company also sells photovoltaic installation productions as well as solar renewable energy certificates. An aggregate capacity, blah blah blah. So it's working in megawatts, not gigawatts. So it's behind. 35 bucks. I don't know, man. This whole solar EV thing, it's just it's outside my realm. It really is. It's so outside my realm. I'm just not sure exactly what to do with it. So it doesn't look like there's any obscene runners today, guys. I will cut a IHS at 50 bucks if it doesn't go back up. It is a pretty abnormal volume. These guys are pretty crazy. CBAT 97 million volume on this thing. Um, it's nuts. It's nutty. Not at all. All right. Headlines, latest news. Not a lot pumping in on the news. Do we have anything on the financial calendar for today? Holdings. Yeah, ACRX is up 400 bucks today. I'll take that. That's a decent day so far. BlackBerry's down again, sadly. Um, I mean, I'm green on the day. I'll take green on the day. I guess I should open up the options portfolio as well at some point here. I'm gonna close Facebook here because that shouldn't be up. Um, so one of the things that I can do here, guys, and I think that VSLR is an excellent opportunity for me to show you guys this tool and why I'm such a big fan of it. This is a tool that I typically use in digital marketing, social media to find trending topics, as well as customer sentiment around a brand. And you better thank you so much for the subscription. Greatly appreciate that. Um, what I can do here is type in T-Mobile. Um, and we're going to search that out. And this is going to give me some metrics and data around Let's filter it to North America. Actually, let's filter it to the US specifically. English. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Um, if I type in Nike here, what's it going to do? Engagement rating brand? T Mobile? Is that gonna work? No? Just T Mobile? What if I did TMUS and let's see what comes up with the ticker. Thinking, thinking, thinking. This is doing a massive scrape of the entire internet, so it's looking hard for that right now. So I'll come back to it, see what it pulls up for us. Here we go. Okay, so in the last 13 months, I just want the day. So for today, the last 24 hours, there were a couple peaks. Let's check the word cloud to see if anything is coming up that says Vivint. I don't see anything with Vivint here, so let's go the other way. Let's type in Vivint and see what we see. Anticipates. What is this? Therapeutic commercial initiatives, intentions, announcement. Interesting. Yeah, all good, man. It's all good. I don't mind people dropping F bombs and whatnot, but as a father with a bunch of little girls, that specific word is probably one that I'm going to mute out. But yeah, I should probably put that in the rules, right? I don't know how I would go about doing that without expressly saying the word, but um, yeah, I don't know, man. I guess it's an arbitrary line, and I should be more clear about it. That's true. So my bad on that. But welcome back. Yeah, if you guys use that word religiously, the one that rhymes with punt, don't use it here. Otherwise, welcome back, Cookie. Um. Okay, so not seeing a lot of news. It's pretty slow for a Friday, guys. To be honest. Typically I said I would say around to 11 or noon, but I'm just not seeing a lot going on today. Let's pop open the scanners again. CBAT's calmed down. SGBX isn't really doing anything. How's Blackbird doing? Blackbird's kind of sideways on the day. I am not bullish on Moderna. I am bearish on Moderna. They are completely reliant on. I'm not bullish on Moderna. They are too deeply entrenched in COVID being their beast of burden. If you look at their other pipelines, there's nothing really huge on that for me. If you go back a year, so pre-COVID, they were a $20 stock. They are $70 stock. I think afterwards, I know Stocky likes Pfizer, but again, for me, guys, the reason why I'm in AstraZeneca over Pfizer is they have a deep pipeline elsewhere outside of COVID. So they've got COVID, but they also have oncology and HIV and epilepsy and NASH. They've got a very deep pipeline. Whereas Pfizer's got the little blue pill. And Viagra, I mean, it is what it is. It's always been doing that. That's not going to add or grow. They've got the COVID vaccine, and then Pfizer also has what? They cut back on their opioid production, which would probably be making them more money right now than their current COVID push. Um, yeah, Viagra went generic, and you've got a ton of competitors with Cialis and other ones. Um, and that's the same thing with Moderna as well. Moderna's needs to be it has to be free shipped, which is a huge problem, whereas AstraZeneca's doesn't. Space 1612, that's headed in the right direction. Let's take a look at the options. I think these are going to be just cashed out, guys. I don't think BlackBerry's going to make it to this 550. This was on an options play. It had to do well. It didn't. Whatever. It's 20 bucks, done and gone. There's plenty else here for me to play around with. Space is up 20 bucks today. Again, this is on the launch, so I'm pretty confident with this. Um, I do want to check Space to see if they drop news about that cancellation. Your sub icon disappeared. I see it. Weird. Weird. Um, Okay, so that's interesting to note on this, guys. October 22nd is the start of a flight window. It's not a confirmation that the launch is going to be specifically on the 22nd. That's important for me to remember as we go into the buy-up, that whether or not we see the actual launch happen on the 22nd, I'm playing up to the launch. So this is a reminder to me that it may not actually launch on that date specifically, right? And so for me, it's a question of, okay, if this isn't going to launch specifically on this date, then what are we looking at? What is it that we are going to what is it that we can expect from this launch? Could it be delayed into a week? So this is interesting. Virgin Galactic said in a filing that plans to conduct 4-hour test flights of the spacecraft's carrier aircraft White Knight 2, with those flights scheduled for October 1st and October 7th. So there's additional good news coming with space in the next couple weeks. Um, Morgan Stanley is reminding people that there's an iPhone coming. That's the only thing. Primerica's an MLM, so if you're on the agency side of MLM, if you're on the agency side of the MLM, I would stay far away from that. But if you're on the support side of the MLM, it's a job. So, like the CEO. But if you're not, if you're part of the support team, if you're part of the support staff, so if you're doing training, facilitation, executive, that's fine. But Primerica is one that I know people that have tried in the past. They've tried to recruit me for it. I've got nothing against the MLM model. It's just you got to be aware of what it is. You work it like a job. You got to build a network. It's more about building the network than selling the product. So, um, yeah, I mean, it it is what it is. Just be aware that that is what it is. I've got nothing against MLMs, guys. I know a couple guys that do quite well with Primerica, so it's not necessarily a scam. They're not all super knowledgeable. They are. They're trained to sell a specific product. That's what they do. They are vacuum salesmen for insurance as an investment, and that's what it is. There are some people that do quite well with Primerica, though. Is all I'm saying. Um, It's like Herbalife. Is that a scam? Is ACN a scam? Is Cutco a scam? Oh, they sell products. They sell products door to door. It's an older model. You just have to be aware when you get into an MLM. It is not as much about the product as it is about building a team. It's about building constant customers, constant referrals, having a team that knows to do the same, and then building out the pipeline. Build out your bottom line. Have a constant team that's building a team. Don't ever let the team get focused on selling the product. Have them constantly worried about building the team. And that's how you work in an MLM. It's less about the product and it's more about the team that you build. The product should sell itself. You just follow the script, you do whatever it says as far as that goes. It's not great sales training other than learning how to book things through calls and referrals. That side of MLM is very valuable. But it's one of those things that I think everybody at some point in their life should just give it a try. Try MLM for 6 months when you're young. Everybody should have a retail job to know what it's like to be spit on and treated like garbage. I think that holding these positions has great life lessons. As somebody who works in an MLM, you're going to learn how to hear no 1,000 times, 2,000 times. It's really, really important for you to learn how to hear no, not take it personally, and move on. No is not a terrible thing in business, especially if you're going to be in sales and marketing. Get used to hearing no, you're going to hear it. Your ability to keep moving forward and finding a yes, that's going to be key. So that's useful for MLM. Retail guys, whether that's fast food or directly in retail sales, I think being in that is also important for a time, so you can learn that people don't always treat those they see as less than them as important. And that has a whole bunch of different life lessons. When I worked for McDonald's as a manager, I honestly learned that I was a therapist essentially for minimum wage. And what I meant by that was people would come in, and if they had a crap day, you were the one taking it because you are somebody that they feel that they can treat in such a way that they feel better about themselves. You are the garbage that they walk all over in order to make themselves feel better. And that doesn't feel great when you're a young kid, but that's an important lesson to learn of as you grow older. Remember that you didn't feel so solid being treated like garbage when you were on the bottom. Maybe don't do that the same way. And also vice versa, that if people think that they can walk all over you, they will. So treat yourself with a certain level of value. Um, yeah, there's life lessons from Millennial. I am really interested in AMC though, because if a single blockbuster falls in Christmas and people are really looking to go to the theaters and they're really tired of this crap and we do get a vaccine, AMC stands to recover quite nicely. And at $4, I mean, this stock was up at $30 in 2017, guys. I would wait for this share offering. I would wait for this share offering to go through, to be honest. Yeah, and I mean, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Like that's what you sign up for. I hear a lot of people that are like, "Oh, I hate this," and I get that, I do, but it's kind of what you sign up for in the job, and I think that that's just it. That either people weren't honest with you about the job description when you got into it, or you didn't do the due diligence to find out what the job was. But when I sign up for certain positions, I sign up for them knowing, okay, I'm signing up to be the bad guy. I'm going to be a bit of a jerk on this. I'll probably have to fire people. Like these are not great things, but it's part of what you're doing, right? So you kind of have to bite the bullet a little bit on the downside of the jobs. I mean that is the product, is the team. People think that MLMs are about the things that they sell. So whether you're Herbalife and you're selling those health products, there's you could just go to the store and grab the same health products for half the cost. The reality is it's very little about the product. It's very much about your ability to bring other people into a team. Now the problem with MLMs is a lot of times you burn a lot of your close relationships by constantly trying to sell them stuff, which is less than appealing to a whole lot of people. So. Um, yeah. Okay, guys, I'm not seeing a ton of new news. It feels like it's a relatively slow day. I'm going to check back in here on the positions that I'm in. AIHS isn't really going anywhere, so I'm just going to get out of that. That's it for the day on those. So Waiter is up 470 today, or 4.7%. CBAT is up 68, so it does look like it's going back up. Diminishing volume though, so I'm probably going to stay away from it. I'm going to get it off the board, so I'm not looking at it. Apple's up a little bit. Space is up a little bit. As I say, I almost prefer space to stay down a little bit. DPHC $40,000 in pre-orders. That's not a lot of pre-orders. Do you have a link to that? AMSWA. Whenever I see those 5 letters, I'm really not interested. This is OTC. Yeah, no, yikes, yikes. Unless you got a really good reason to be an OTC like Nintendo, I don't go anywhere near them. I really don't. Okay, let's take a look at this. I think we're gonna do this, guys. I'm gonna do marbles. We'll give out um, a sub, and then I think I'm gonna hit it for the day. I do have an interview later today that I want to get prepped for, so I'll be doing that. Oh, it has four. I thought you were saying it. Yeah, okay. So 40,000 pre-orders, shows off its new interior. $2 billion in sales, it claims. I mean, it is what it is, guys. Like these things are a real thing. January. Yeah, the calls look nuts on this, man.
Nice.
No, 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 no. It's not shit.
Um, Not at all, Blader, man. That's what I'm here doing this anyway. This is why I love to go live. Is at least it gives me some people to hang out with while I'm doing this. You know what I mean? And if I can help people learn a little bit more about how to actually look at the market, this is still not updating. I still cannot get a price point on this. It's pretty crazy. Um, hmm. All right, so let's do this, guys. We're gonna open up Marby's. Do this. Winner is going to get themselves a gifted sub on the channel. Let's just pick a random track and we'll play whatever pops up. Let's do this, guys. Have a pretty amazing week. Pretty pumped with everything that's going on in the market. Portfolio value is rising slowly. We'll obviously the plays are looking a lot more solid into the end of the month. Make sure you put exclamation play if you want to play it. Big Mac, man, I am really sorry. I'm going to try to find a way to make it so that you can do that. So that you can get into it from other platforms. I wonder if that's possible to have YouTube play into it, but currently YouTube can't get in on the marbles, unfortunately. So let's hit start. Sorry about that, man. I will try to find some kind of an answer to that, though. There's got to be some way that I can link you guys in. All right, we're off and running. Blader out to an early start. Iwika's there. Bitless. Do we have Saki's already subbed? So if Saki wins, he can choose who gets it. See those boosts coming in. Nobody's rigged. I'm not in this. There's no mods in this, so it cannot be rigged this time, ladies and gentlemen. This is not looking good. Whatever this is here, I don't like that. Oh, it's a floater. Okay, they float up, and these guys go through a cannon. I feel like this is not the fastest way through. I feel like you want the cannon here. Iwika. Oh, Iwika gets... Somebody nailed Iwika as he was about to go down. Cookie Lad, he's in the pipe. Oh, Iwika's in the pipe too. He did go down. Okay. Iwika goes right. Those hammers are kind of cool. Go. Bye, Wicca. Rip. Cookie Lad. Bye. Biddless gets through. Late for lunch? Oh, Redemption gets through. Oh, you guys got caught up bad there. Oh, somebody died. Saki down. Logar down. Redemption down. Wait, how do you... What is happening here? I don't understand. How do you clear this gap? What? What? Oh, late for lunch. Coming in. Biddless and we might have to go again, boys. We might have to go again. If nobody can survive, Biddless down. It looks like late for lunch. It's late for lunch or bust, ladies and gentlemen. Can he do it? He is currently caught up in this. Let's see here. Can he survive? He's having a real hard time making it through this. This may be the longest run ever on this map. He's going backwards. He's officially going backwards, guys. It's this way. Come on, man. Is he going to survive? Is he going to make it? He lives. The winner, late for lunch. Congratulations, late for lunch. Let's gift you that sub, sir. Again, guys, amazing week. Thank you so much. Had a great time. I got to do this actually on Twitch. So hold on. Give me a second here. Don't anybody go anywhere because it messes everything up. I'm going to go to Twitch. I'm going to go to twitch.this/me. And then I got to go to the... What I go to here? Stream Manager? Gift a sub. Gift to a specific viewer. Late for lunch. Tier 1, gift the subscription. Voila, gifted. Awesome stuff, guys. Yeah, I'll be back next week. Morning stream, 4:30 a.m. starts. That's pre-market for those of you guys that want to get up. If you don't want to get up, I understand. No worries. Not a big deal. We're going to go raid Stock Guy right now. For those of you that know Stock Guy, it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend him. He's a great guy to watch. We're getting ready to raid. 3, 2, 1. Later, guys.